Hello, welcome back to our 5 acre farm. It is the end of week 1, well, for our ducks. I'm late doing this video, so it's really more like a week and a half that we've had them now. So they're getting a little bit bigger. They're still tiny and cute and adorable. Some of them are growing faster than others. The chicks in here are about two and a half, I think, 2.5 weeks now. They're growing up with the ducks here. That chick there, we've had a major problem of pasty butt. Every day, twice a day, I gotta clean her butt off. I just did it a minute ago, and you see her butt looks pretty raw there. I've been putting coconut oil on it, hoping that it would keep the feces from sticking to it. And we also read that maybe some hard-boiled egg yolks. So we did that yesterday, but didn't seem to help any. Maybe give it a little bit more time, see if it helps out. But like I said, I've been doing the coconut oil, thinking that might help as well, but not yet. So she's doing okay though, still pretty active. Can't allow that, pasty butt to crust up on her vent, because she'll end up dying from that. So as far as the ducks go, they're looking good. You can see the two magpies right there is a perfect shot of one's growing bigger than the other. I think that's okay though. That one's still, the one in back there is still tiny. The magpies are the yellow and black ones. The pekin's looking big. That's going to be a pekin, which is actually a meat bird. So she's going to grow really big. We like to have her as a pet. A lot of times those big jumbo pekins won't last too long, though, maybe 2 years. She's a cross, and I keep forgetting what she's crossed with. It's not a type of pekin, so she's 100% pekin. But she's a cross of something. Either way, she's a meat bird. I kind of bought her by accident. I didn't really want them. We're not raising them for meat, and I didn't want one that was going to have a shorter life. But they are sweet. The pekins are very sweet. They just don't live as long because they grow so big. You can see how much bigger she is compared to all the others. That one there is one of our khaki Campbells, getting bigger. One of our blue Swedish, right there. I think Harlequin, right there, if I can zoom in on her. Welsh Harlequin. Those two gray chickens are the Brahmas. The last video I kept calling them Bantams. They're Brahmas, which are the exact opposite of Bantams. They're very big. The black chicks are French copper Morans. They lay those beautiful chocolate colored brown eggs. So still giving the niacin in the water always. They are drinking a ton of water. I just came out here this morning. All the water in both the brooders were completely empty because I got out here late. So very important to always make sure they have fresh water. We fill these up twice a day, and they still ran out. So they're getting big. The magpies are just adorable. I love the magpies. Still tiny. They seem to be doing okay. I checked on them yesterday, picked them up, and I have a couple that are small like that. A couple of the magpies are small. They seem to be doing okay though. Going crazy for the water. There's the crested. Gonna have the George Washington hairdo when she's older. There's another magpie in back. That one's growing pretty well, pretty big. And we have, we bought 3 cayugas. So that black one right there, all black, is a cayuga. And she'll grow up to have like green, beautiful green highlights, dark green highlights. So they're black, but yet kind of greenish as well. You'll have to look them up, it's hard to explain. But they're beautiful ducks. So we bought a male and 2 females to breed them. Our plan was to breed the magpies and breed the cayugas. But we lost 2 cayugas on day 1, a male and a female. The male had a band around its leg, and I talked to the hatchery and they confirmed that that was a male. So I know I lost the male and kept the female. But the hatchery is sending us 2 more, and they have a minimum of 3 birds this time of year, which is really good. Some places have a lot more than 3 as their minimum shipment. But Meyer Hatchery has a minimum of 3 as their shipment. In the warm weather. In the wintertime, it's different. They go up. But so I had to purchase 1, and they sent me 2 for free, including the shipping for free. I had to pay for 1 bird and the shipping of 1 bird. So I think I paid $13, and I'm getting 3 birds, 3 more ducks in the mail next week, the 15th. So about a week and a half, I think. The 15th is their hatch date. April 15th will be their hatch date. I think today's maybe the 11th, the 12th, something like that. I forget. Oh, if it's the 11th or 12th, then the 15th should be coming up, right? Something like that. I don't know. I lose track of time. So we'll get 3 more cayugas. So we'll have 4 cayugas, 4 magpies. The Welsh harlequins are really beautiful too, though, when they get older. They're beautiful ducks as well. I think those are both the Welsh harlequins right there. So they're all doing great. Ducks are adorable. Ducks are absolutely cute. They are fun to raise. They're fun to watch. They can be social if you handle them enough. I don't think it'll ever be their instinct to come running to you. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. We've never had them like come running to us, but if we pick them up, they've been content sitting on our laps. And, you know, again, if you spend enough time with them. So, for example, those ducks in this brooder, there's one laying over there. My daughters have been spending a lot of time with them, taking them out every day into the swimming pool we have, the little kids swimming pool, little plastic ones. So, been getting them in the water. It's very important for ducks to get in the water, and they can go in very early. I mean, you've seen in nature, you've seen a mother duck with ducklings like that size crossing the roads and getting into the water, and so they can start swimming immediately. Oh, they're chasing a fly. We tend to wait a little bit. These are domestic ducks. These aren't wild ducks, so there's a big difference. I'm not 100% sure as far as, is it bad to get domestic ducks in there too soon? We tend to wait a little bit before we put them in the water, especially up north here. It's, you know, when we pump the water out of our well, it's really, really cold. The water's coming from 500 feet below, so water is ice cold when it comes out of the faucet. So we tend to wait till they're a little bit older before we introduce them to the water. But when they're full-grown ducks, it's extremely important to have water for them. Very important. Very important for them to clean out their nares, which is their nostrils on top of their bill. Very important to clean that out. Right now, they're not foraging through dirt, so that it's not getting clogged up. Also important for them to clean themselves. They clean themselves in the water. So when they get older, their feathers will be waterproof. Right now, they're not waterproof. So some of the differences between the domestic ducks and the wild ducks is domestic ducks grow a lot bigger. So before I ever owned ducks, I wondered the same thing that a lot of people wonder. Why don't your ducks just fly away? I think pretty much everyone knows that chickens don't really fly. They'll flap their wings and they'll be able to jump using their wings to fly a little bit, but not very high, maybe on top of a wall, you know, 6 foot, 8 foot wall they can probably fly up to, and that's about it. Surprisingly enough, since living here and having all the wild turkeys on my property, I learned that turkeys can fly really high. The turkeys on my property roost about 30 feet up in the air, and they fly right up there, and then they soar down in the mornings. Pretty wild. The reason your domestic ducks won't fly away is because most, not all, but most domestic ducks, I think there's only a handful of breeds, only a small amount, like 4 maybe breeds that can fly. The rest of them cannot fly. These are not ducks that were bred out in the wild. These are ducks that have been bred over the years, just like dogs have been bred over the years for different purposes and different breeds, and they developed into the type of dog they are, the type of work that they did. Domestic ducks have been bred over centuries, so they get way too big to fly. They can't get their fat bodies off the ground. There are, like I said, there's a couple breeds that can fly, but not many. So definitely not the pekin, that's for sure. And I don't think we have any that can fly. I'll have to look into the khaki Campbells. They were kind of a another spontaneous purchase. I don't know if I filmed them. This is my first video other than day one. This is my first video, so I don't think I've talked about the khaki Campbells, have I? So that one there, we've got two, the dark brown ones, there and there. So after we lost the Cayugas, Shonda went down to down the road into town to Tractor Supply and picked up two khaki Campbells. And then I got the order straightened out with the hatchery. So we have, I'm trying to think how many we have in here now. I bought 12, I lost 2, but then we bought 2 more. So I have a dozen in here now. And then we're getting 3 more. So we'll have 15 ducks total. Well, I'm sorry, 17 ducks total, including the runners next door here. So yeah, the khaki Campbells are a very popular duck breed. Very, very popular amongst homesteaders. They're good layers. Pretty good amount of eggs they lay on the higher end. So yeah, we picked up 2 khaki Campbells. They'll be very pretty ducks. They're a little bit more just kind of basic brown when they get older. More kind of a natural look, if you will, I guess. Kind of look closer to a wild duck. So I'm pretty excited about the magpies, about the harlequins. We're originally going to get a male harlequin, and then we changed our minds. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should have, but we don't want too many males. So the Campbells, the khaki Campbells there are straight run. When you buy them from Tractor Supply, at least in our area, all the ducks they have, not only are they straight run, but they don't even tell you the breed. They sell them as assorted ducks. It's one of the things I'm not crazy about Tractor Supply for. They get all their poultry through Hoover Hatchery. And when they have them in the stores, if they have ducks, they just have assorted ducks. You have to kind of know what you're looking at. Like, we knew we were looking at runner ducks, so she bought the runner ducks. She knew she was looking at khaki Campbells, so she got those. And they are most definitely khaki Campbells. But when you buy from Tractor Supply, yeah, a lot of the chicks aren't sexed. Some are, but a lot aren't. It's probably 50-50 if they're sexed or not. And then the ducks are, not only they don't have their breeds listed, but they also are not sexed. And as far as I know, now obviously I don't know anything about sex. I know how they sex them, but I haven't done it myself. Nor would I try. I wouldn't want to hurt them. And you have to do it within the first, I think, 48 hours. But I don't think ducks are much more difficult to sex than chickens, because we all ordered all ours from Meyer Hatchery and we got them all sexed. So I don't know. A lot of times you buy ducks, so they are straight run, meaning they're not sexed. You don't know if you're getting a male or a female. So here they are, about a week and a half old. Still have the heat lamps on them. Still giving them the water with the niacin. Ducks always need extra niacin. We're giving them chick feed at 21%. In a week or so, we'll go down to about 18% for the ducks. And that's protein, crude protein. When you get into chickens or ducks, you're going to find it's very important, especially chickens, to learn the different protein levels. You don't have to overthink it, but you need to know what you're giving them. Chick starter is generally 20 to 22% crude protein. And that helps them grow. And you can keep chickens on that until they start laying, and then you can switch over to layer feed, which is generally about 16% protein. And the ducks go from, textbook, they go from 21% down to 18%, down to 14 to 16%. So every 2 weeks, Again, I'm just saying if you follow what you read online, follow what you read in the textbooks, that's what they'll tell you to do, is drop the protein level every 2 weeks. Don't know if that's 100% necessary, but too much protein will cause angel wing. Angel wing is when their wings stick straight up from their side. And once that happens, you can't reverse it. So we haven't had that issue yet. Hopefully we don't. So free feed, free water, meaning 24/7, around the clock, food and water, always. I do that for all of them, the chickens, when they're in the brooder. I do that for my chickens anyways, always, my egg layers. And then the meat birds will be a little different. So I got meat bird, got the Cornish cross showing up in a couple weeks. I'm going today to pick up another one of these IBC totes to make 2 more brooders just in case. We do have 75 Cornish cross coming, so I want to make sure I have enough brooders, enough breeding space for them. Those chickens look to be doing okay. There is, I think, like 26, including the ducks, in there. So they have plenty of space. I could definitely rearrange it a little bit better with the waterers and stuff. I could put the waterers and the feeders all up against this wall. I should have built something. I should have built that rack, these racks here. I should have built them to go straight across the back wall. That way everything else is all space for the birds. So I'll probably do that before I put the Cornish cross in there. So this is week 1.5 for ducklings. They're all healthy and doing well. They're all skittish, which is normal. Again, being raised on chick starter and given the niacin supplement. Okay, so that's week 1.5 for the ducklings. Nothing much has changed. Still under the heat lamps, still getting the same food and water. They're growing very well. They're doing good. Nowhere near growing their wings yet. But they all look good, coming along. So we'll keep an eye on them. So these ones are hopefully ready to go out pretty soon. I may continue brooding them in their respective coops, the chicken coop and the duck coop. I'm building the duck coop, hopefully going to finish that up today. And then these ones will be left in here for another 5 weeks or so, or 4 weeks maybe, and then get them out to the coop. We'll see how it goes. So that's it for week 1 for ducklings. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.